Gemini, Gemini rising, welcome to your 2025 horoscope and cosmic energy forecast. You'll be glad to know that in 2025 and for the next couple of years, you're going to have the planet of change, Uranus, move into your sign, which means it's going to bring you a lot of new experiences, new changes. This is going to be a new cycle, a new chapter in your life. So get ready because it can bring so much excitement and expansion. Now, before I get started, I just want to make sure that I've clarified that although this video is for gems and gem risings, this will not apply to everyone because everyone has a unique chart. If you want to go deeper, book an astrology reading. However, nonetheless, there is still so much that will be occurring in your life, regardless of where your planets are, what degree gem you are. There's so much change occurring, whether that's going to occur for you straight away or in the next upcoming years. Change is here and it's going to expand you. Now, before I get into Uranus moving into your sign, I'm going to start off with January the 11th. Because on January the 11th, the nodes shift signs. They move from Aries and Libra into the Pisces and Virgo axis. So the north nodes, the energy we're moving into and growing into, will enter your 10th house. It will move from your 11th house into your 10th house of career, goals, and ambitions. And the south node will move in your 4th house of home, family, security, and stability. So that's going to be major because the eclipses will occur in the 10th and 4th house axis. So there can be major life upgrades, major life shifts and changes occurring regarding your career, your goals, your ambitions, even like your sense of self and identity, as well as home life, family life, your security and stability. Now, when I say major changes, I mean you can change a job, you can leave a job, you can move homes, something dramatic can shift in either of these areas of life. It all depends on your life path, and the journey that you are on. But that's going to be huge for you this year. And for the next 18 months, that's going to be a major theme with the eclipses. Now, on March the 1st and March the 15th, we're going to have Venus retrograde and then following Mercury retrograde. The retrogrades are going to begin in Aries and then move into Pisces. So there's going to be a lot of energy with your 11th house. So when it comes to friends, groups, networking, social groups, hopes and wishes for the future, that all will be impacted by the retrograde. So there's going to be a lot of reanalyzing, reassessing, a slowing down for sure. And then when the retrogrades move into Pisces, this energy is really going to activate because you're already going to have the North Node here. So there's going to be a period in the first couple of months of 2025 where you're really thinking, even though the year kicks off with the North Node in Pisces, there's still a slowing down because with this retrograde energy, it requires you to go inwards. And even though at the beginning of the year, we're all wanting to move ahead and get things ticked off our bucket list, retrogrades make you slow down regardless if you want to or not. And the more you try to outsmart them or fight them, it just gets worse. These energies want you to slow down and go inwards because there's something that needs to be figured out, navigated. There's something that needs to be reorganized or even restructured. This could also have to do with relationships at work, or even like a romantic relationship or a partnership. This could have to do with how you're feeling about your work. Are you enjoying it? Are you feeling pleasure from it? Are you enjoying your creativity right now? Is there going to be a shift in that? Even when it comes to your mind and your ideas and how you're thinking regarding work, career goals, and ambitions, that will all be undergoing a shift and a change throughout this retrograde. So pay attention because your mind is going to be everywhere, and because you are a gem rising, you're ruled by Mercury. So this could impact you more profoundly than the other zodiac signs. Now, another major change that's going to occur in 2025 is Neptune and Saturn will both move into Aries. So they're going to leave your 10th house and move into your 11th house. Now, while Saturn and Neptune were in your 10th house, yes, there was a lot of focus on work, career goals, and ambitions, and even home and family life, but there was more tension. There's more tension, and perhaps you were just working to the point of now here's a North Node, here's all these retrogrades, and you're kind of just like over it. You're over it because you need something to progress in a certain direction, or you need some sort of change, or you need some sort of restructure. okay? But the themes will still continue in a different way, in a way where you're actually going to grow in a positive direction. Saturn and Neptune being in the 11th house, this could impact groups, friends, communities, your social networks, even like your philosophies and what you want for the future, like your hopes and visions for the future. Illusions. Any illusions you have will be dismantled by Saturn. Any type of fantasy or wishful thinking will be dismantled by Saturn, because Saturn wants you to be realistic and sober in this area of life. So you may become very serious. You may even want to befriend people that are of older age or that have a very wise woman, wise man, sage type of energy. You may feel a little even just cut off from this area of life, because Saturn can have that impact as well. But what is really occurring is you're undergoing a change regarding the people you connect with, regarding your hopes and visions for the future as well. So that's going to be going through a restructuring. Now let's get into Jupiter. June the 9th, Jupiter enters Cancer. So it's been in your sign. Now it's going to move out of your sign and move into your second house. So I hope that Jupiter has really been bringing you so much expansion and growth and blessings in your life. Now it's moving into your second house. So this is regarding your self-worth, your self-value, finances, material, your attitudes too, money. And that can work out positively. It just depends on how this is impacting all your other planets and all the other transits that are occurring. It can work out in your favor where, yes, it can expand and grow you in this area of life, but also it can make you feel so comfortable where you just want to splurge. So you got to be mindful of that as well, because Jupiter can sometimes escalate things or kind of amplify the energy. So you got to be very conscious and careful and very cautious as well of your spending habits. So again, this depends on how it's impacting other planets. But other than that, it gives you like this money manifestation type of energy. It gives you this money mindset where you feel like the law of attraction can work just so well for you, because it's just that positivity within you that you're keeping. Like, that's the secret, isn't it? So it can really work out in your favor as well. Now let's look at Uranus. Uranus entering Gemini, July the 7th. Okay, new beginnings, a new cycle, a new chapter. Whenever Uranus moves past the ascendant into the first house, this is a renewal of you, your life, your identity, your emotions, your energy, mind, body, soul, spirit. This can impact every area of your life. Give it a major shakeup, including relationships. I've seen how this impacts relationships as well, where if you were comfortable in a relationship, okay, well, now it's time for change. Now it's time to free yourself or liberate yourself or experience something new or change things up. Like, that's Uranus. Uranus can be very restless and very unpredictable, and it can take you by surprise. Being an air sign, it can be more easier for you to adapt because you also are a mutable sign. For others, it's a little more difficult. For example, those that have Taurus in their chart. We've just had Uranus in Taurus, right? I mean, we're still in that cycle as I record this. You know, that's very challenging because Taurus is all about stability and structure, and it's a fixed sign, so it's all about going the way it's used to. It doesn't like to be uncomfortable, whereas Uranus kind of triggers it. For you, it's much more easier. You can easily adapt and change. You're curious, you're excited, you're fascinated, so it's going to be much more easier for you to experience this transit. But just know change is on its way. So even how you've been for the last couple of years, that's all going to change. You're going to feel different within yourself. You're going to think differently. There's just going to be something new about you. Your mannerisms may change. The way you speak may change. The way you dress up may change. Your relationships may change. And because it's in the first house and it's going past the ascendant, it can trigger every area of life. So that is going to impact everyone at different stages. Again, it depends on your chart and where your Gemini energy is at. But that is super exciting. Now, we're also going to have a Mercury retrograde in your opposite sign. So let me just go over those dates for you. So on November the 9th, we're going to have a Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius. It will end on the 29th, but it also will move into Scorpio. So that's going to be in your opposite sign, which will impact your 7th house, relationships and partnerships. This is the time where things can slow down. Things may not go the way you want them to go. There may be some misunderstandings or miscommunication, so just be careful and wary of that. But this is the time to do some healing or do some shadow work or navigate through some past issues that need to be resolved. Now let's talk about the lunar events and how they will be impacting you this year. So May the 26th, we have a new moon in Gemini. New moons are about new beginnings, new cycles, new chapters. This is the time to plant your seeds, to plan your goals and what you want to achieve, okay? And this is your annual new moon, so it's extremely exciting. It's an exciting time. Now, this new moon will be impacting those Geminis that have 6 degrees of Gem in their chart, 6 degrees or anything close by, okay? So look at your chart and look at where 6 degrees of Gemini is. And then on December the 4th, we have a full moon in Gemini. Now, full moons are about endings. It's about closure. It's about releasing. It's about transforming, making room for another energy to come through. And this is also a culmination point where you can actually see the fruits of your labor manifest as well. Now, this full moon in Gemini is going to be at 13 degrees, so it will impact those that have 13 degrees of Gem or close by. So look at your chart and see where that is. So Gemini rising, a very exciting time for you. I'm so excited for you and I can't wait to see how this unfolds for you. You are beginning a new cycle and a new chapter. I want you to take care and have fun, and I will catch you very soon. Sending you so much love.